Hello, welcome, Cabbage here. In Monster Strike, let's do another video in my most popular series, my free party runs of the Tower of Champions. And by most popular, I mean least popular. But these are some of my favorite runs to play, so I'm going to put up some videos here. For folks not familiar with Monster Strike, this is the Tower of Champions. This came out in the game like 4 or 5 years ago, so all of these quests are very easy. But they're very nostalgic for me. And one of the greatest accomplishments I ever did in Monster Strike was to use free characters to get through all of the floors. And so this is what this is. But we have these new kind of shuffled towers where the gimmicks and then the damage and the stuff is all the same. But the elements are flipped. So that gives you a whole, host of different monsters that you can use to get through these old quests, so they feel, fresh again. And then just to get some of that old, kind of challenging feeling that I got way back in the day with my free party clears, I'm using free parties here again. So the first 3 monsters, they will be free monsters that you can get by clearing quests. The last character there will be a Hatcher monster, which I'll use for my friend. Kind of the thinking behind the original free party runs was that anybody could beat any floor of the tower, even if they didn't have the good Hatcher monsters, as long as they had the right drop monsters and then a nice friend monster. But here, this is floor 21, and I'm not going to show free party clears for all the floors, because the ones that are light and dark element are so difficult that they're even difficult with Hatcher monsters, so I'll leave that out of the video. But all of the other elements I can do the free party clears for. But this is floor 21, gimmick is no damage wall, no healing, and then lots of damage coming at us. So I tried to find fire monsters with healing, whether drop or Hatcher, and there were not a lot, not with the no damage wall. My Hatcher monster at the end is Bon. He has Drain, so as he does damage he can get HP from the enemies. And then a second is Mikumo Ascension. She is my only recovery character. She has recovery S, so I'll try to hit my teammates every turn here. And then first is Marukutu. He is one of the more recent high difficulty quest monsters. I just wanted to try him out to see how I liked him. And then third is Moral. She is a colossal monster. I like her a lot, actually, so I've been using her a lot. Her bump combo, which is like a mine that goes out and then shoots out a laser in a cross pattern, is pretty strong. Okay, boss has the defense up, so we're not going to use the strike shot here. And then with Mikumo, let's see if I can heal my guys. We'll try to get around and hit everybody. Alright, so a little bit of healing. This is my first time using her in the Ascension form, actually, because I like the Evolution form so much. But yeah, that's one of the benefits of playing the kind of the remixed towers, is you can try out new characters. Alright, and there's Moral's explosion on first contact strike shot, so pretty strong. Okay, next let's look at floor 26. Did I say this was floor 26? This is floor 24. This is now fire element, so we'll bring water element units. We want gravity barrier, and then we also want recovery and status recovery if we can get it. But these were also kind of rare abilities, difficult to get abilities. But the first character is Viroid, I think that is his name. He is a bounce with no gravity barrier and the recovery, so he'll be useful here. Next is a Taishakten. She is a pierce with no gravity barrier, no recovery, but she does have a poison bump combo which can help me with the scorpions. And then third is Oruga Ascension, the Christmas version. And she is a Pierce with no gravity barrier and the Recovery S. Way back in the day, her gauge used to be really fast, but I think she got a buff maybe last year to slow down her gauge, so now she's easier to use. And then my Hatcher friend is a Hannibal, Ascension, I think. No, Evolution. He has the status recovery. He's the only guy on my team that can heal the poison, so he's useful here. But yeah, floors 22 and 23, they are some of my favorites, but they're light and dark element here, so I tried it first with like the opposite element drop monsters from Evangelion, because they have the AT field, so they can block that first attack, but all of the subsequent attacks would take me down because they just did so much damage. I don't remember the light and dark quest being so difficult in the East Tower. This is the West Tower, but I guess they were. The thing that's difficult about them is that if you bring the characters from the opposite element with light or dark, you'll get like the weakness multiplier to their own damage. You'll do extra damage, but you'll take extra damage, so it's very, very difficult to get through those. Okay, we'll use Voroid's Strike Shot. He'll split into 4 and then move around. That's a pretty good strike shot for a drop monster. And then with Taishakten, we'll use her Strike Shot. I don't think we need it, but just for looks. And then floor 25, I always bring the same team regardless of element. It's 2 of Uriel Ascension, and then 2 drop monsters with the Poison Cloud. The technique doesn't change whatever the element is. Okay, here's floor 26. It is now Earth element, so we'll bring fire monsters. And then gimmicks here are Damage Wall and Warps, and then all my characters have, all my free characters at least, have no Damage Wall, no Warp. First is a Jadeite from the Sailor Moon collaboration. I still think it's hilarious that he made it into this game. And then next is Avalon, she is a Pierce, and the next is Nirvana, Bounce. And then finally is Wadaputagisu, she is a Pierce with just the null damage wall. But her bump combo is so strong, it made this quest pretty easy. Yeah, and actually I think Wadaputagisu made this quest so easy that we'll just skip the rest of this level. Okay, and then last one today is floor 30. This is one of my favorite stages in the game. But gimmicks here are null gravity barrier, null damage wall. And the first character I'm bringing is Xanadu. He is a balance with both of those. Next is Koma-chan. That is a pierce with both the null gravity barrier and null damage wall. Next is Brutus, one of my favorite drop monsters. She is a balance with null gravity barrier only. But she has a 12-turn strike shot, which also gives her null damage wall, so I thought she could use that once in a while in here. And then my Hatcher monster is Oriol, another balance with both of the null gimmicks. Koma-san has a strike shot which tackles, I think, so we won't use that here. But I will use Brutus' strike shot so that we can get the immunity to the damage wall. We'll get on top of the Fenrir, try to take him down. And then that will summon the other Babel. And then let's use Oriol strike shot, speed and power up. And then finally, let's use Xanadu Strike Shot. Kind of an interesting one, heals and recovers status, so a nice support strike shot in addition to being a speed and power up. Okay, so those were floors 21 through 30 in the Tower of Champions West with free parties. Alright, thanks for watching and we'll see you again. Take care.